Hey my friends, welcome back to our studio. We are surrounded with some beautiful art, with books, and some good energy. There's an old proverb that has been repeating itself in the Bible and all other Gospels. And it says, you can't pour old wine into a new bottle. And it was used to explain the process of transformation, the process of change of an individual. You can't bring your old self into a new state of consciousness. You literally need to let go of the old and become renewed. This is the real process of change. So you literally need to surrender the old emotional energy and become renewed. You literally need to let go of the old beliefs and embody a new state of being, embody a new knowing, embody a new self. You literally need to change your old lifestyle for a new one. And you literally need to start doing things in a fresh new way, and that's how you get renewed, right? That's how you get renewed. So sometimes you need to update places where you're living. Like I've just updated my studio. And sometimes you need to take a new path towards the same goal. Sometimes you truly need to take a new path towards the same goal, and then that new path teaches you whole new things that you had no idea that they exist. And this is the power of renewal, self-renewal, until you recognize that you're so much more than you ever thought that you are. You can't truly expect a change without making a change, right? Albert Einstein said, you can't solve a problem from the same level of thinking as it created it. So you have to renew yourself. And in order to renew yourself, you need to go through the process of darkness where you become aware of it, right? You become aware of your own darkness and then you enlighten it. Slowly but surely. This is the process of the shadow work, right? So many of you are somewhere between the old life and the new life. I've seen so many comments from people who are saying like, it feels like for a certain period of time, I am on this new timeline where everything is happening so well and so many good things are happening. I see synchronicities, new people are appearing, new opportunities are coming in. And then I fall back into the old one, where all these new opportunities just disappear and people just disappear. And again, I fall back into old cycles where I start blaming and criticizing myself, and I develop a sense of anger and fear towards me. And I'm not really sure what's going on, like why I fall back into the old. And the answer truly is, the one that you fit the most wins. The one timeline, the one, path that you stay the most devoted to wins. So it's a very natural thing when we put ourselves onto a process of change, right? Onto a process of transformation. That's why I'm sharing today with you the painting, The Moment of Transformation, where the caterpillar slowly transforms into a butterfly. We know these concepts, but truly in biology, scientists say that caterpillar actually biologically dies, and then a part of it transcends and it gives a birth to a butterfly. So this is a very beautiful thing that we experience in nature, but we also experience it in our inner nature every time we allow ourselves to die and go through the process of resurrection, right? We get reborn and we gain a new perspective. And with new perspective, we take new steps, and new steps take us to a new direction. And new direction take us to new outcomes. And new outcomes awaken us to new possibilities, new power, new strength. And all this new energy just brings more of quality to our self-esteem, to our self-confidence, and to our self-knowing, that puts us deeper into understanding that we've been the source of change. We have been the source of change, right? You are the source of change. And longer you linger to this process, more you remember that you are not the source of change, you're actually the source of everything that happens in your life. It's how you respond to it, right? It's how you choose to experience it. For such a long time, you've been trained to be a victim of what's happening until you've decided, no, I will approach it from a different perspective, like what it is teaching me. How can I become a better person out of it, right? How I can look at it as not getting bitter but better because of it. And after this realization, you look at it as being its student, right? So I've shared with you stories, how I've been through jobs that I didn't like. And all these jobs were also teaching me that my self-worth could be so much bigger than that I can actually change that job, let it go and find a new one. And actually, when I've started searching for a new job back in that time, I found the one that was very well paid, but a friend of mine said to me, that you truly can't get into this company because they only take people who have something in common with the boss, like in family circles or whatever. But I said, I've just ignored that, and I've called the person that was offering a job, and you know what that person said? You can come in tomorrow. You can come in tomorrow. That's how easy it is, right? Sure, we don't always get things as fast as I did back at that time. But the point is that if you don't truly try all possible opportunities, you will never know which one will open new doors for you. So the point is that you renew yourself, right? You don't trust what that friend of yours said. You don't trust what your parents said. You don't trust what government said or whoever. You try it out. You listen to your own knowing. And you go in and see what it teaches you, right? And that's how we renew ourselves. We let go of another thing that we've been taught and we allow life to teach us. So when you choose to get renewed over and over again, you will never be the same as you were. You will never be the same. So things are constantly changing in our lives. And the point is that we need to change with them, right? We need to change with them because so many times we hold on to what worked, right? We're holding on to what worked, or we're holding on to people with whom we had deep relationships in the past, or we hold on to certain sayings, like we're saying something to ourselves like, oh, it was so good. Back at that time, things were so well. And, that thing, it was so good, but then it was gone. Yeah, it was gone. And that part of you that loved it is gone as well. You're just being attached to certain emotional sensations you've experienced back at the time, and now you want to reawaken them. Without knowing that you don't need these things to awaken these states. You can right now close your eyes and think about how happiness feels like. Or think about something good happening to you that awakened happiness within you, and notice you can reawaken these experiences anytime you want. And as Neville Goddard said, it's not just that good things create good feelings, also good feelings create good things. It's the law of reversibility. You can reverse this process and you can become a mystic of your life. You can become a mystic, an alchemist in your life. You can truly transmute these energies. You may feel fear for something. You can go into your mind's eye and see how great it worked out, and suddenly you will feel maybe grateful as it already worked out, even though in real life it didn't. It didn't happen yet. But that's how you can build confidence within you. You can reverse things in your mind. You can play with everything. Reality is truly a playground, right? And everything begins in your mind, the way you see things. So work on renewing yourself. Ask yourself right now. I want to give you some tools today. take a piece of paper and ask yourself in what areas of your life you're experiencing repetition of something you don't want to see anymore, you don't want to experience anymore. And then ask yourself, how would you renew it in your imagination if you could create a new outcome for it? Like, how would you see it in your mind's eye? If you would go into meditation or visualization or whatever you're using and see how would you reverse it? How would you reverse it? And just notice how it makes you feel. So you get deeper into knowing that you are the source of how you choose to feel. And then when you change the way you feel, oh, man or woman, you become a different person, right? And then when you open your eyes, you can say, oh, it didn't happen, or it still sucks, the situation still sucks, or, you know, whatever you may say. But it's, will you stay true to what you've awakened within you? And see if a new idea finds you. If something new finds you. I will actually share a story right now with you that will inspire you. It's from my own life back from, I think, 2018. When I was broke, but I knew that I'm working on something big. I was broke and I knew I am working on something very big right now. So I was just reading a book by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, a very incredible book. And inside of that book, Napoleon was explaining one formula how to manifest financial abundance. And he said that you need to write down a certain amount of money you want to manifest onto a piece of paper and then have this piece of paper beside your bed. And before you go to sleep, read it over and over and over again and feel it as it's already on your bank account or in your wallet. Just feel it as it's already real. And then when you wake up, reread it over and over and over again. And that's what I've started doing. I was reading already some topics about law of attraction and listening affirmations, and none of that actually worked for me. So I was doing this thing, and you know, when I've heard some stories from people who've accomplished some manifestations with that, I've started trusting it more. But I was like, I will just experiment. And I was doing that, and you know, intuitively I've started receiving certain ideas and guidance, like open a company. If you want to, you know, if you want that people will be able to send you some money, you need to send out a bill, right? You need to be professional. You need to have your own company. So I went and opened a company. And, you know, then still nothing happened. And then one day, Maya, my partner, got a phone call from her ex-coworker. And he called her and said, could we collaborate with the company he's working at? And we need to have our company so we can collaborate in this case, because they have an incredible offer for us, for which Maya would be working what she was working back at that company, but now she would be working as a freelancer through my company. And then he said we will sign a contract, and contract was exactly for 10,000 euros. That's how much I've written down on that piece of paper, and I was rereading it in the morning and before I went to sleep. 10,000 euros was the first thing I wanted to manifest financially, and then this contract came. And then I got hit by, you know, this realization. Look, if I would not open the company, maybe this money would come in a different way, or maybe it wouldn't. So the point is, when we are working on renewing ourselves, we need to listen to our intuition. We need to, you know, make brave steps. Like if you're an artist, when I've started working on my art, I've started also studying what other artists are doing. And intuitively, I felt certain things that I want to do. Like I want to make prints of my art. I want to make my art affordable for everyone. Like maybe not original paintings, because I value them a lot, because they are unique. But I can offer prints of my art to everyone, right? And I've noticed, well, so many artists have incredible stores. So I need to build a store, right? I need to find a certain online platform where I can post it up. And I said, well, I don't know how to do it. And isn't it a process of renewing, learning the skill, right? Learning the skill, gaining knowledge. So I said every single day, I will take 1 hour of a day and invest it into learning how to set up a store and which platform could be the best, Etsy or any other. And I've chosen Etsy back at that time, and we're still running it. AttractPassion on Etsy. We've built also another one, AttractPassion.com, this year, actually, at the end of previous year. And at the beginning of this year, we've made it live. So it's a constant renewal, right? Constant renewing of yourself, because you can't pour old wine into a new bottle. You can't bring your old self into a new state of consciousness. For people who are claiming that they are so well awakened spiritually, but they are still carrying their past with them, they're just pretending. You need to know that those who are truly awakened, they can control their reality because they're not carrying their past anymore, and therefore they've awakened to understanding that they are the creators and they are choosing events in their lives. Most of them. There's still a huge part of our unconsciousness that is dictating our lives. But we are becoming more conscious, and we are choosing to make things more consciously, right? To create things more consciously, because everything is actually happening within us. So you need to understand that if you feel like you're still jumping from new timeline and old timeline, just know that the one you are staying devoted the most wins. And there are certain moments in a day when you can make the most difference to your life, and it's in the morning and before you go to sleep. That's why I'm constantly reminding you to have a good beginning of a day, to have such an incredible beginning of the day that you will start a day refreshed, like with a good meditation, with a good workout, with something that your old self was not doing. Because this will give you a sign that you are a new you. As soon as you wake up, it will give you a sign that you're a new you. If you start a day the way you've never started it before, or you did some time in the past and it worked for you, and then you've stopped doing it because you've been lazy, or because you've been started procrastinating, or because you just didn't believe in yourself. No, you can be this butterfly that is rebirthing right now, renewing yourself. But you can't get to where you want to be as a person you are today. As Dr. Joe Dispenza says so beautifully, your personality creates your personal reality. And in order to change your personal reality, you need to change your personality. And he says your personality is made out of how you think, how you act, and how you feel. So if you don't change the way you think about yourself, the way you think about possibilities, if you don't change the way you behave, the way you act, it will be very hard for you to change how you feel, right? And if you can't change how you feel, you will most probably stay where you are, because we habitually feel certain emotions. It's in our biology, and we can't just change that without changing anything else. So take care of your environment first. Make it inspiring. Put some art on the wall. You can find my art if you resonate with it on AttractPassion.com. Put some art on the wall. Make it a pleasant environment to be in. An environment that will inspire you every day you wake up. And then remind yourself that your inner environment is even more important. Your inner world is even more important. So start a day the way that you tap into that most ideal future. And remind yourself that you are creating it every time you're thinking about it, every time you're feeling it, because feeling is the secret, right? Neville Goddard. Feeling is the secret. Every time you in tune into this vision of your future, you connect with it. You connect with the version of yourself in this parallel reality where you can then get some guidance and some ideas and insights from that other you, and then slowly you become it through action, through following inspiration, through following your intuitive insights, right? So trust you, and become renewed. Become renewed, my friends. I'm wishing to all of you that every single day you will choose to do things the way that they will renew you. Like change your style a little bit, change your hairstyle a little bit, change your clothes a little bit, change what you eat a little bit. Make changes until new things heal your past, right? Until you notice that you are choosing healthier options, and healthier options are truly healing your weaknesses, your past, your hurts, your wounds. Because now you've started taking care of yourself, and isn't it the greatest act of self-love? Isn't it? Isn't it, my friend? I'm asking you, isn't it? Okay, we will finish it here. I hope you found a great value in today's message. I'm sending you lots of love, blessings, and power. I hope you've enjoyed in today's artwork the moment of transformation. The moment of transformation. To anyone who would like to get a copy of it and put it somewhere where it will inspire you about what you're working on right at this moment, go and check out our store, AttractPassion.com. If you're coming from this video, use the code PASSION15 and you will get 15% off on your order. So go and check it out. Thank you so much for your support, and also thanks to everyone for joining our Patreon community for more exclusive content. Thank you so much for your support. Once again, until next time, one love.